Hello everyone and welcome back to my 999 Let's Play. The last time, well, a lot of stuff happened, so we are actually on what I believe to be the true ending route. And, went through the 9-door, Santa turns out to be 0, now in the library, and so one thing that I just realized when I was saving the game, so this tells you how many endings you have unlocked, so this means if I don't know, let's say this is gonna unlock when we are done with this route. That means I have 2 endings left to get. No, I don't. But if we look at the flow, I only have 1 more left. I will only have this entire thing left and this one left. So that makes me think that either this one or this one is gonna split at the end. Again, but yeah, I just saw that while saving. I was like, huh, interesting. So maybe this actually isn't the true ending route. Who knows? Maybe I still have a chance to have like the real ending in the last part. That would be neat.
There's so many. I don't know where to look.
All right, if we want to get through that door out there, we need the Neptune key. I say we split up and look for it.
Okay.
Okay.
Very well. Sure thing.
Good. Let's get started then. We don't have a lot of time. Hurry.
Ella sleeps in a small chamber past the forest of knowledge. As he began his search for reasons he didn't fully understand, Junpei felt those particular words float through his mind. Okay, this is basically the next escape room, okay. Seek a way out. Oh, the music is creepy. The music do be creepy. There's a note on the table. Lights to the books. Huh, what does that mean? Interesting. Well, intelligence often hides itself in darkness. Have you ever thought about the pages of a book? Each page only sees, what, maybe 2 or 3 minutes of light before the reader is on to the next? They spend the rest of their lives looking in darkness. Rather like myself. That's horrible. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining, not at all. I live in the darkness, yes. But that has gifted me with the ability to catch the truth of others might miss. I can hear the voices hidden in the darkness, you might say. Okay. This handrail is made of metal. Oh. Teleportation and telepathy. What the hell is this one about? Well, I guess not teleportation, teletemporation and telepathy. Well, I know what telepathy is, but I've never heard of teletemporation. It refers to having the ability to travel through time. Thank you. This one says the golden rabbit and the moon on it. Does that mean it's about a rabbit that lives on the moon? Rabbits are pretty cute, but what's the moon stuff about? Just needed a sip of water. It's talking about the Judas tree that is said to grow on the moon, according to the Chinese legend. I see. Kida al-Aziv. Man, they've got some weird stuff here. I can't even pronounce this one. Who's that? Some famous guy? It's not a person's name. It's the name of a fictional book created by Abdul al-Azred. It is said to be one of the sources used in the creation of the legendary Book of the Dead, the Necronomicon. Oh, so these are all occult books and stuff. I see. This book is called, Mind Swap. You mean you could, like, change bodies with someone? Well, I guess I wouldn't mind switching bodies with my brother or Junpei too much, but I'd rather die than let 7 switch with me. What the hell? Like, I don't even want to swap bodies with a little brat, like... Hey, we're just imagining it? You were. Shut up! Yeah, well, he wasn't the only one. Guys, please. We're kind of in a life or death situation here. Whoops, I didn't mean to go into the same part. Arnold Payum. What's the deal with these titles? They're all just gibberish. Hey, what if we like switch them around? Switch them around? Yeah. If you move them around, maybe they'll spell something. Oh, I get it. Yeah, heck, it's worth a shot. Did I get a hint? Pinot. Pion. E. In. Wait, I can. Wait, I can spell. Nope. It's just nope. And I don't know if I want to try this much longer. Let's try and error this. Oh wait, what does it say if I do it again? Okay, it doesn't say anything. I don't know if I want to like just try and error this, or if it goes faster if I just try to look for a solution. What's this? An overview of conformal field theory. Ah, well, it's a theory that posits an invariant quantum field where conformal transformation can take place. Knock it off with the science voodoo stuff. You're trying to put me to sleep. Yeah. Theory of general relativity, huh? Oh, I know this one. That's Einstein, right? Indeed. Supersymmetric string theory and 10-dimensional spacetime. They're just talking about superstring theory. It's a theory of reality where, how to explain? It says that all elements of the universe are governed by the vibrations and harmonics of tiny supersymmetric strings. Are property values going up out in space too these days? Man, guess times are rough for aliens too. This one says cosmic inflation. Wow. All that's here is Faraday's laws of like electrolysis. I believe that's going to be about electrolysis in an electrolyte solution. These particular laws were set down by Michael Faraday. Okay. Quantum gravity. 7, do you have any idea what this is? How about you study by using real words? Then maybe we'll get somewhere. Okay. Oh man. Energy theory, huh? I don't even understand the damn title. Looks like that shelves all science and technology. Cool. Wait, this is where we just went? Oh god, this is way too much. Oh, when that kind. What the hell is this? Wasn't that a German mathematician? Was it? Maybe it's a compilation of his work. Dat Kind? Dat Kind. Is that a real name? Is that true? Because if it is, that sounds funny. Owen, huh? Owen isn't enough to go on. Perhaps it's about the English Revolutionary. Perhaps. Leibniz? This book is in German. It looks like it's the complete works or something. I've never heard of it. Well, if Snake doesn't know what it is, I don't think we'll know. Main. I don't know either. Even though I could read it. Sheldrake. Sheldrake. Isn't Sheldrake? Question mark? What? I don't know. It says Riemann hypothesis. What is there to hypothesize about with the Riemann? With a Riemann, isn't it pretty straightforward? Heavens, no. There are many factors: length, gravity, lubrication, or lack of. It's an exciting and rapidly growing field. Wow. Pythagorean theorem. This is a famous one. The famous one I can't pronounce. Sounds like there are numbers of math books in this section. Why math? I hate it. That's a weird book, Junpei. Indian mathematics. Haha, that's funny. Why is that funny? I have no idea. There are a number of other theory books along with the Riemann hypothesis. Algebraic number theory. Math, huh? And there's another one like that over there. You mean something like primary number theory, or analytical number theory, or geometry? Oh my gosh, how did you know? Nobody said anything about those. Well, number theory is usually split into 4 chief disciplines. If there was a book named Algebraic Number Theory, I took a wild guess that the other 3 would be there as well. Looks like I was right. Indeed. This one's Goldbach's Conjecture. Conjecture? What's it about? Like magic or psychic stuff or something? Right, I bet it's all about jewelry, isn't it? It may have an odd title, but it was actually a very respectable mathematics book. It deals with one of the unsolved problems of additive number theory. Sorry I said anything. Look, let's not get into this right now, okay? This... oops, there's important sounding books there with the title of Goldbach's Conjecture. This is all flying right over my head, by the way. Math and me just don't get along. In case that wasn't obvious by now. Modern Japanese literature, huh? A picture book here? Looks like it's an old folktale. Don't you think it's a little weird that this book's the only picture book? Maybe you ought to hold on to it. Wow, I got an item. Tales of Old Japan. It's got a magic wand on it. Okay. So, what's inside? Well, aren't you going to open it? Pretty sure it's just gonna have pages inside. Smart whoa. SE5 pop-up book. SE5? What is that? Well, when I opened it, these 4 letters popped up. So I guess it's a pop-up book, huh? SE5. I wonder what that means. Indeed. I'm assuming you can guess what I mistakenly read first. What's this? Origin of Japanese folklore? Looks like there are a bunch of books about Japanese culture here. Mostly ones about folklore though. Well, folklore can cover a wide range of subjects. History, urban life, religious trends, environmental changes, oral traditions. Folklore can cover all those things if you know where to look. This looks pretty deep. Agriculture and historical organization and folklore. There isn't a picture book on the shelf anymore. Oh yeah, right. This one's a book about Japanese called modern Japanese literature. Okay. Or have that. Let's see what we've got here. So many books here. I wonder what this one's. Whoa, what's this? Worm? Oh, sorry. No, I'm sorry. Hey, what's the deal with the sappy stuff? What is going on here? There are a couple books in the glass shelf. From the left to right, they say Volume 6, Volume 3, Volume 2, Volume 4, Volume 1, and Volume 5. The middle of the glass door is a cylinder lock. You know, the kind of lock where you can rotate the numbers around until you've got the right ones to open it. What the hell is this? It's like they just gave us the answer. Guess I might as well give it a shot. Okay, thank you. It's 6, 3, 6, 3, what was it? 2, 4, 2, 4, 1, 5. Easy enough. You did it, Junpei! Yay! I don't know why, but I don't really feel particularly happy about being praised for that. Whatever. At least the lock's open now. Let's see if we can get it open alright. Well, all 6 books seem to be pointing at the cylinder number lock. Anything else in here? Oh, there it is. I didn't see it because of my mic. Powerful light bulb. Feels like a light bulb. Pretty high wattage too, unless I miss my guess. This should generate quite a bit of light. Interesting. What's this? It's a small enclosure with 9 sides. There are 3 of these things that look kind of like music stands. Hey Junpei, you think maybe you're supposed to put those pop-up books on the stands? Then you could open them up. Oh yeah. If you do that, then they make a shadow on the bottom there. True, but there are 3 stands, right? We don't have enough picture books. In other words, we need 3 picture books. Okay. Oh. Why am I up here again? The book. This is a bookshelf on the bottom floor. I didn't. Oh god, where am I? Where am I going? Oh god, help me. Oh, I clicked on the staircase. I guess the handprint is bolted down. I don't think it's a door. I think it's just a wall. So there was only one down here. Then is what they're trying to say. Wait, how did I? Oh, this is how I got up. Okay. Paleontology. This one's about fossils, right? Ammonites are pretty nasty looking. Mother Nature. Is that some sort of book about hippie chicks? Probably not, except perhaps tangentially. It's most likely about environmental protection. I was just trying to make a joke. Dude, hippie chicks? Really? Theory of evolution. Heck, you might know this one. Isn't that Darwin guy? This is that Darwin guy, right? Well, yes and no. Charles Darwin wrote a book called On the Origin of the Species, in it he put forth his theory of evolution. Yeah, I remember that part. He called it natural selection. Exactly. Theories of the Cambrian explosion? Did a bomb go off near somewhere called Cambria? Wrong kind of explosion. Roughly 500 million years ago, during what is known as the Cambrian period, research suggests that the variety of living organisms increased by an order of magnitude. Why that happened is, however, still something of a mystery. There are a number of theories. This book is most likely a collection of them. Okay. This book's called... Oh, yeah, right. This one says Transition of Extinct Species. We need to hurry up, or we're going to end up in the pages of a book like that. Introduction to Geology, huh? Thinking about the Earth, even when you're on the ocean. Kinda romantic in a way, I guess. Creatures of the South Sea, huh? One of those ones got pictures of colorful fish and stuff. Macrographia, huh? Ah yes, Robert Hooke's famous work, first published in 1665. He built a microscope and examined insects, inorganic substances and other things too small to be seen in detail by human eyes. He then drew pictures of many of the things he'd examined and published them in a book. I'd hazard a guess this shelf is concerned with natural sciences. Yeah? Why did mankind lose their tails? Junpei, do you know what this one's about? Why are you asking me? I didn't even know we had tails to lose. Maybe you should ask a human with a tail. Mankind's ancestors most likely lost their tails as they were no longer useful, and the nutrients required to grow them were better put to use elsewhere. At least, that's what I read. I was rather young, I may have remembered it incorrectly. Why the hell would a kid be reading a book like that? Because he was curious about science, why else? But this is... Okay, this is right where I was. God damn it, this is way too expensive. Okay, this... We'll reject that. This was the sliding puzzle. This... Okay, this was the telepathy thing. Energy theory. Okay. Oh god, energy theory, development of nanotechnology materials, interactions between the shortwave energy and matter. What else we got? Just listening to read those titles is giving me a headache. Can't say fancy technology stuff and I get along real well. Keep on talking about that stuff and you're gonna put me to sleep. The black hole hypothesis. Gamma ray astrophysics. I guess this bookshelf has an astronomy theme. Hey, it's another one of those kids' picture books. It looks like the other one we found. Oh yeah. Cowboys and Indians? This is so... Yeah, I think... Like, this looks like another S, but I guess it's supposed to say Indians. This one has some Native Americans on the cover. Hey, Junpei, take a look at this one. Native Americans, huh? Maybe it got some... Whoa! LLK? Guess this is one of them pop-up books, right? Got the letters L, R, and K popping out of it. Can't make any sense out of them, though. Large, round, and kinky? Nah, probably not. Yeah, that would be interesting. What's the Hellenism? I think it's something like fusion of Greek and Oriental culture. Look, this one says cultural heritage of Rome. But that's gonna be serious inheritance tax. Permian creatures? Seems a little fancy for some kind of prehistoric critter. Not to mention most of them were likely reptiles and amphibians. Without hair, I can't imagine they had much need of perms. It's got nothing to do with this. The history of Buddhism. Okay. History of the medieval period. Maybe it's about Sir Lancelot? Isn't he just a story? I don't think you're gonna find a guy who didn't really exist in a history book. Maybe she does. Oriental history. Maybe this one's about China's 4,000 years of history or something. Hey, Chinese history and Oriental history aren't the same thing. This one's called History of the Western World. Well, I assume it's about European history. Yeah. Just gonna leave it at that, Snake? Doesn't seem like you. ... Is he... Is history like his weak subject? Does he not know much about history? Hey, look at this. This book's called Greek Mythology. Damn, the thing's huge. Can't imagine anyone's actually read the whole thing. Pretty sure it just put me to sleep. Maybe, people read this to go to sleep. Oh, the black hole wrap up first. You know? The handle is made of metal, probably wise choice of building material. This scaffold sets up the shape of the cross. Is this book's called Helen? Oh, this is where we were. Okay. Oh, this is just way too many books. Help. This one, it looks just like that picture book from earlier. The ones with the pop-ups. You think they're part of a series or something? They do have the same binding. Fundamentals of baseball. There's a baseball on this one. Come on, Junpei, let's see what's in it. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's probably baseball stuff. Whoa. Head. This is a pop-up book. It's got the letters H-E-A-D popping out of it. Functions of the human brain, huh? I guess this is a book about the nervous system? I'd love to ask you to read it to me, but I don't think we have the time. I'm kind of curious about it too. There's gotta be a reason why people connect with each other, you know? Yeah. Dissection atlas, huh? This whole shelf is full of medical books. Look, this one's called Recreation of Lost Human Functions. You think they're talking about if you, like, lose part of your body, then you could grow it back? I don't think so. Maybe they're talking about reconstruction abilities that humankind once possessed. In other words, they may be talking about cultivating a sixth sense. I mean, some people already have that, don't they? Ancient Gladiators. What's this book doing here? Maybe they were researching human physical limits across history. Human equilibrium theory. Human anatomy. Regeneration of internal organs. This book just called Dissection. This bookshelf must be a medical books. From what I can tell, it sounds as though these books have been organized by genre. This library must be massive. I'm rather impressed by how well organized it is. Oh, look, Seven, there's a book that's perfect for you. It's called Correlation of Muscle, Bone Density and Bone Strength. You're just saying that because it says muscle. True. Principles of monkey behavior, huh? I'd imagine that's a book describing praxeology studies on monkeys. Monkeys are very similar to humans evolutionary, so I imagine the research was fruitful. There aren't any other books that look suspicious. Okay. I guess we're gonna do this first, and then maybe we can do the rearranging thing. Maybe that's the code for this. There are dim light on the floor. Dim lights are set at 3 points across the floor. There are 3 lights in this thing. They aren't very bright though. Hey, didn't we find some kind of real powerful light bulb earlier? Why don't we put it into one of those lights? Yeah. Well, it'll get a lot brighter, but if there are 3 lights, that means 3 light bulbs. There won't be much point unless we can replace all 3 light bulbs. We need 3 light bulbs, huh? God damn it. I'm just hoping... Was there anything on here? No, right? Owen. So... I was hoping that this would spell out the combination I need to rearrange the books up there. There are books or sorts of languages, I can't read them. I mean, I guess I can just put these in already. It's a small enclosure with 9 slides. There are 3 of all these things that look kind of like music stands. Okay, how about we try putting the picture books on the stands? Then... This is a little weird. If I could just change those lights, those bulbs, then what's the use of wishing? I don't have more light bulbs. I can't sort of see the letters. It's too dark in here to really tell though. Well, that probably means our light isn't bright enough. Or I'm not bright enough. Or both. What did this say again? Not on the table, says lights to the books. Oh, basically a hint for that. Can I do that? I mean, I could just try and error this, but I don't want to try and error this. I'm real too. Oh, cosmic inflation one. So we just got the picture book though. Quick opening the doors to the library. Pretty impressive, almost looks like the door to a shrine or a church or something. There's another door after it, and then a passageway beyond that. At the end of that passageway is the door with that Neptune symbol engraved on it. Hurry up, we need to find the key with the mark of Neptune. Okay. This sounds like a job for the best brother and sisters team in the world. Man, it's like 7 and I don't even exist. The 2 of them are cute. Gotta hand it to them. They are cute. They're sadly not helping me solve these puzzles. Indian mathematics. This is so odd. Why can't I like zoom in here? It says Sheldrake on the spine of this book. It's got the volume number written on the lower part of the spine. And none of these are out of order either. Light blue? That kind. 5 minutes. I'm not putting up with the game is putting down. Stuff in languages he can't read. That just leaves me up there again. I mean, I already solved this, so I don't need anything of that anymore. Now I'm just here again. But this library is like way too much. I'm like, why? History. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I checked like everything. I mean, as well as I could, at least. Do you think we should hold hands where there aren't any handrails? I'll be fine. I can feel vibrations on the floor that tell me where I am. That's not what I meant. Okay. Human brain stuff. I don't know. God damn it. I hate just looking for stuff. What if I put this one first? I guess I'm gonna just try and error this. Oh wait, I can write open. Whoa. Open here, find bold. Bulb, not bold. How about this? Looks like I'm putting this book in the right order. Open this thing right up. That was a piece of cake. Hooray! You did it, Junpei. I guess that turned out well enough. So the letters from the title spell out, open here, find bowl. I mean, the thing is, I don't know where the third one could be. The light bulb looks like it's brand new. It's really big, so it'll make a lot of light. I mean, yeah, that's neat. That's good that I found the second one, but I don't even have a clue where the third could be. Like, could just change out those bulbs then. I was hoping maybe he'd have like a little bit of a hint. I mean, I can't really do anything here. Sheldrake. Why does he only comment on the volume number when I click on this? Yellow book. Sheldrake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Books and also language, can read them. Folklore and myth. This one's a book on Japanese culture called Modern Japanese Literature. Several books on Japanese folklore and oral traditions. Alright, they were called Agricultural and Historical Organizations and Folklore. But yeah, there was nothing else I could check. That was just for the picture book. Indian mathematics. Goldbach's conjecture. Riemann hypothesis. Math. Yeah, I'm... Has to do something with this, right? Has to be. But... Oh, that's just done here, okay. Wait, that's the same. Whoops. Okay, I see. This is how it would... Okay, what else could it be? No books, suspicious. It's just... I mean, I even looked at everything. At least I tried. Oh, never mind, I didn't. Automated robotic assembly line techniques, huh? What's that? Some sort of comic book? Jeez, I guess boys really like that stuff, huh? No, you're thinking of a different sort of robot. This book is talking about an automated machinery that's used to build things like cars. What's that one called? It says Foundations of DNA and Genetic Engineering. An overview of photochemistry tree. I think whoever set this up wanted us to see the covers, not the spine. Let's look at it, okay? Oh, looks like there's a whole lot of space behind these books. Look, Junpei! I think there's something hidden behind the books. I guess I didn't check everything after all, huh? This is a brand new light bulb. Looks like a pretty high wattage one too. Communication and computer science, huh? That's a pretty generic title. To be honest, it's so vague I don't even really know what it might be about. Well, if you say so. Anything there aren't any other books? Okay. I guess... Huh. What I don't like about this whole screen is that you really... like, I really can't tell what you've already checked. And everything looks the same. Whoops. Don't shove. I'm not kidding. Don't push me. What the heck, man? I wasn't gonna, but now that you bring it up. We're 7. This one good up there. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan of that whole screen up there. I'm still so confused what this is about, but I guess we'll see. Alright, so there are 3 lights in here. I'm gonna change these bulbs. Now they should... Awesome! It It worked! Way to go, Junpei. Good job, buddy. There's something protecting him on the bottom. These letters, they seem familiar. Sheldrake 5. I guess that's why the number on the volume from the Sheldrake were important. It says Sheldrake on the spine of this book. It's got the volume number written on the lower part of the spine. Wait. Why can't I... Or do I have to examine this? Oh.
Sheldrake 5?
I guess. Fine. Fine.
I think I saw the rest of this collection somewhere.
Me too.
Yeah, I think it was somewhere around here.
Let's go take a look.
Okay.
Sheldrake.
Have you heard of him? Sheldrake, I mean.
Yeah, Lotus told me about him.
There's a British biochemist named Sheldrake. He has a rather interesting theory.
Oh, that. Yeah, I was about to say I don't remember, but now I do.
Morphogenetic fields, which relies on the theory of morphic resonance.
You know, I'm very glad for these kind of flashbacks. Like, stuff that happened way earlier.
Really? From Lotus, huh?
Well, Clover also said something to me about that stuff.
She did?
Yeah, what was it?
The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger.
That girl. I told her not to tell anyone.
Whoops.
You did? Why?
Well...
Look, man, I didn't push it because we're in a hurry, but I'm kind of sick of this. How about you just tell me, okay?
Tell you what?
Don't give me that. About the experiment.
Ugh. Very well, fine. I'll tell you everything.
Good. Do it. I was about to say not right now, but I'm in a predicament. Because this is like the last part of the recording I was about to do, so fine. Tell it right now. I want to know.
But not here. Let's move to the top floor.
Sure.
I suppose I might as well start by telling you why I kept quiet, and why I made sure Clover did as well.
Yeah.
To be honest, the explanation is quite simple. Zero told me not to. I had little choice.
Oh.
He didn't walk up and tell me, of course. He gave me a message engraved on a card.
That's a Braille card. It looks just like the one you showed us earlier. So you had 2 cards.
No, only one.
Huh? What do you mean? I thought that card just had some rules for the Nonary game on it.
Yes, it did. And those were the rules I read you. However, they were not the only thing on the card. There was something I didn't read. Well, perhaps I should say there was something I couldn't read.
And that was?
Tell no one of the events that took place 9 years ago. Tell, and I activate your sister's detonator.
Ooh.
It's a threat on our lives.
Oh. Well, what about Clover? Did she get a message from Zero too?
I don't believe she did. But doesn't it strike you as strange that Zero would shut my mouth, but not hers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be on the safe side, however, I told her it was best not to tell anyone. Still, apparently she told you. That girl.
What's wrong with her telling me? I figured some stuff out with the things she told me. I mean, it looks like the whole activate her detonator thing was just a bluff. She's prancing around downstairs happy as a clam now that you're back.
That's very true. I've decided I can trust you.
Yes.
I've decided to tell you the truth.
Go for it.
The chance that Santa is Zero is very high. I feel I can assume Santa doesn't have the time to observe us at the moment. And at any rate, even if he were, I very much doubt he would kill us.
Why?
Clover told me about the 4-leaf clover, about the words. If he knew about that, then he was in my group during the first experiment. I'm sure of it.
So he was also part of the Nonary game?
He wouldn't kill us, no matter what the situation was.
Hey, Snake?
Yes, I know. You want to know what happened during the experiment.
Yeah.
How much do you know?
Clover told me about...
About stuff.
I see. The morphogenetic field in the experiments 9 years prior. How the experiments had taken place simultaneously at 2 locations, one being the ship and the other being a building in Nevada. And the girl that died during the experiment. She told you all that, did she?
But then if he was... I guess they were both in the Nonary Game, huh? I just assumed he would have been on the Nevada side. Whatever.
At any rate, I now know how much you've learned. All that remains for us to determine
is who did this and why, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me what happened?
Yes.
Please.
The people who organized the initial experiment were from a company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
There were 4 of them running the show. Gentaro Hongo, Nagisa Nijisaki,
Oh, is that maybe...
Teruaki Kubota,
was that... No, wait, what was her name? God damn it, we know Lotus's name, but I forgot.
Kagechika Musashido. Hongo was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
I like how this is totally, like, not subtle at all, who he is. Oh, man.
Nijisaki was his right-hand man, and did the lion's share of the planning.
Oh, I thought that was a woman's name. Whoops. But yeah, I guess she wasn't at least in this league.
Kubota led the company's research and development division.
Okay, that's the 9th man.
Musashido was their majority stockholder. It was these 4 people who planned the initial experiment. Let me simplify it for you. Hongo designed it, and Nijisaki put it all together. Kubota developed the technology required, and Musashido provided the cash.
So it's Hongo, Nijisaki, Kubota, Musashido...
Wait, so he... Like, he looks like he could be the captain, right? Like, from his build and his face. And he looks like the Snake replacement. And he died too, like, really early, so... That could be it.
Of course, more than 4 people were required to conduct an experiment of this scale. To that end, they organized a top-secret team to assist them with their research. All in all, they gathered 10 people or so. Those 10 completed their team, and they were able to begin the project. They named it the Nonary Project. The purpose of the experiment was to research the prospect of controlling a human mind through sheer will. The vessel, I suppose you could say, for this control was the morphogenetic field. Why did the glycerin suddenly begin to crystallize? Why did the crystal structure of EDT undergo a sudden change? Why did the rats improve their puzzle-solving skills with each generation? Experiments with humans produced the same results. The more people who knew the answer to a question, the more there were who could answer correctly without having seen the problem before. Why is that? How could it happen? The answer is that the shape of the answer has been stored in a field invisible to the naked eye. And through that field, the resonant event transmits information related to that answer. That's essentially the idea behind morphogenetic fields.
But that's just a theory.
Can't bring yourself to believe it?
Yeah.
Let's say someone killed another person because the devil told them to do it. Whether the devil exists or not has no relevance to the murder. They believe the devil exists. Whether or not he does is immaterial.
So what matters here is that Hongo believed in the morphogenetic field.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I still don't get it. You said they wanted to figure out how to control people, right? That is what you were saying.
Yes.
So how are they going to do that with a morphogenetic field?
I'll keep it simple. Let's suppose 10,000 people have solved a certain problem. The chance of you knowing that answer, even if no one has told you, will go up. Let's have another example, shall we? Say 1 million people were to do a handstand right now. Tomorrow, the chances of you doing a handstand would be higher, even if you had heard nothing of this hypothetical mass handstanding. Mankind's thought process and actions are all part of a resonant event. All of the resonant events encoded in the fields are projected onto you. Of course, this assumes you believe in this theory. Do you follow so far?
I guess I do.
Yeah.
Now, if there was a person who had the same effect as those millions of people, what would happen? If that one person were to do a handstand, other people would find themselves... Can you imagine what a person with powers like that would be able to do?
Sorry, didn't mean to do that.
Come on, there's no way.
I'm not done. Imagine another scenario. Imagine another person. This is an ordinary person. Let's say he does a handstand. What if there was someone who could grab the resonant event he created by doing that and use it to make other people do handstands? What would happen then? A person who has the power to write to the field, and someone who can read from the same. You could think of them as the writer and the reader, or the transmitter and the receiver. What would the world be like if there were people with abilities like these?
So the transmitter's resonant event can be transmitted through the field and sent to the receiver. And then the transmitter can control the receiver however they wish. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes. Close enough, at least.
Come on, that's just crazy.
Well, if you want to prove that, then you'll have to test it first. At least, that was how they thought. That was why they decided to do their experiment. That was how the Nonary project began. By the way, Junpei, have you ever heard of the Gansfeld experiment?
That was what I think Seven was talking about?
Yeah, that was an experiment in telepathy, right? You place a pair of subjects in separate rooms. Then you show one a picture and ask the other what they see.
Interesting. I'm impressed. Yes, that is exactly correct.
So, why did you bring up the Gansfeld experiment?
It was used to screen subjects for the Nonary project. The hospital in a remote town was affiliated with Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Hongo used it to conduct experiments on visiting children in secret. Some of them, he found, had potential. He began to gather children that showed promise. Children that seemed as though they might be able to access the field. Of course, none of them volunteered.
Yeah.
They were kidnapped. There were 9 pairs of siblings taken, for 18 children total. For reasons that were not fully understood at the time, each pair had one transmitter and one receiver. They were split perfectly. As such, the 18 children were split into 2 groups of 9. The children who were put into Group Q were the ones who excelled at transmitting. They were transferred to the mock experiment building known as Building Q in the Nevada desert. The children who excelled at receiving were put in Group A. Group A was then placed on the former hospital ship Gigantic. From the experiments he had conducted so far, Hongo had learned the following. There are 2 things that can increase one's resonance with the fields. The first is epiphany. The other is danger. Have you ever been faced with an especially difficult problem and thought about it very long and very hard until finally an answer suddenly appeared in your mind? It may seem obvious to say so, but that is what is meant by epiphany. The information obtained through that epiphany can be easily transmitted through the fields, where it can be easily interpreted. Adding danger to that equation allows for even easier field access. That's where Hongo came in. They set up a number of puzzles across the Gigantic. The participants had to solve each one before they could move to the next room. Of course, he hadn't forgotten to include danger.
Of course.
He had detonated a bomb on the hull of the Gigantic. The children in Group A were forced to play the Nonary game as the ship sunk. By forcing the children into a life-or-death situation, Hongo hoped to increase the likelihood of their tapping into the fields.
This is so crazy.
The children from Group Q, on the other hand, were confined to the mock experiment building, Building Q.
Like, what if they didn't solve the puzzles and they all died? I mean, I guess he doesn't care, considering how he acted in the other ending, but still, man.
Building Q duplicated the interior and puzzles of the Gigantic exactly. Every detail was exactly the same. Hongo explained the situation to the children in Group Q. Solve the puzzles you find throughout the rooms. When you have the answers, transmit that information to the children in Group A. If you succeed, they will be able to solve the puzzles and escape. But if you fail, then the gigantic will sink, and your brothers and sisters will drown. Those were his orders. Do you know why the astronauts of Apollo 13 were able to return to Earth safely? It was because NASA had access to a replica of the Apollo 13 capsule. All of the equipment, the instruments, everything. All of it identical. Everything was just like the real Apollo 13. NASA was able to replicate the situation the astronauts found themselves in. By putting themselves in the same situation, they attempted to solve the problems the astronauts were dealing with. Once they found solutions, they reported their findings to the men aboard the actual capsule. That was how they were able to return safely. It was the same with the gigantic in Building Q. The children from Group Q had to use the power of epiphany to solve the puzzles they found and transmit what they learned through the fields. The children in Group A, however, they had to access the fields to learn how they might advance to the next stage. That is the simplest explanation I can manage.
Huh.
Hey, Junpei, Snake! How much longer are you two gonna sit around on those bony asses?
Man, we had a deep and important conversation.
Get down here already!
He's right. Let's go, shall we? We don't have much time. We need to get out of here, and soon.
Hold it. There's one more thing I want to ask you. Are you sure that there were 18 kids?
Why?
Well, I thought it was only 16.
Oh, yes. That was what they said on the news, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I have no doubt that 18 children were abducted and used in Hongo's experiment. After all, you couldn't exactly play a Nonary game with any less, could you?
Well, yeah, but are you saying that the news got it wrong?
Yes, I am. There were 2 more children. However, they had no relatives that I'm aware of. I imagine no one filed a police report when they went missing. They were brother and sister, like Clover and I.
Okay, so Santa and his sister.
The brother's name was Aoi.
Oh,
The sister's name was...
Nona?
Her name was... Her name was Akane.
Oh.
That was the girl who died.
Oh, God. Wait, my theory is true? She's dead? She's actually...
Kurashiki died
She's actually dead? Like, for real?
9 years ago? Then, who is June? No. It's impossible. It can't be true. Akane isn't that uncommon of a name. If Snake had known her last name, that's a different matter entirely. So they share a name. A lot of other people do too. It doesn't mean anything.
Does it, though?
It was someone else. Of course it was. It has to be.
Are we sure about that?
Is something wrong, Junpei? Your breathing sounds strange.
Oh, no, it's nothing. I'm fine. Let's get back down there, all right?
I couldn't do it. Why didn't I ask? What's her last name? I just couldn't get the words to come out.
Man. Okay, what are we doing? what are we doing right now? Okay, I just realized I was in the adventure screen the entire time. I could have switched to novel screen. Whoops. Why does the game sometimes switch you? Like, that's so mean. But, we still over here. There's so much more left, though. I mean, I guess it makes sense. We're still in the escape room, huh? So the thing is, I don't know what's... Oh, yeah, right. We need to examine the sheldrake. Right. But this one we're actually gonna do in the next episode, because this episode is getting way too long. I just hope I'm gonna remember until the next time that I record that I have to examine this, because Yeah, as I said, this episode is only so long because this is gonna be the last one of the recording session, but I wanted to know as well what Snake was telling me, and I didn't want to cliffhanger myself, so yeah, you guys got away with one less cliffhanger because I didn't want to cliffhanger myself. So yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and does that imply that Akane is Santa's sister? I mean, I guess we never really knew what she looks like, I guess. But also, this is so odd because they had like childhood stories together. Like she went to school and stuff, so she had to have had parents, right? Like she couldn't, like they said. Oh wait. No, wait, what were... Wasn't Aoi the name of Lotus's kid? But she had 2 daughters. Something and Nona. Huh. Still weird. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. Who is June? Maybe... what if June just has a twin sister? And but then why would she have the same memories? I don't know, man. I have no idea. You know what, I was trying to insinuate that the June is basically like Akane's twin sister, but how would she have known her? I mean, yeah, how would she have known all that? I'm confused. I want to keep playing, but I can't. So that's just mean, man. That's just mean. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and also have a bunch of theories of what could be happening right here if you haven't played the game already, of course. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.